So I was asked a great question recently, and I figured it'd be a phenomenal question to answer on the video. I was asked, well, I wasn't really, well, yeah, I was asked. So basically, a friend of mine who will remain nameless, we were having this conversation recently, and she said to me, Rob, there are some things that I know I need to do in order to achieve some of the goals that I have. There's many things that I know I have to do every day, but the problem is I don't want to do them. Like, I just don't feel like doing them. It's a phenomenal question. We're going to turn this into a words of wisdom video. We're going to talk about this in more detail. We're going to put this thing to bed. But before we get into that, my name is Rob Moore, award-winning author, leadership expert, and founder of therobmoore.com and leaderswhoshine.com. And I help people show up, step out, and shine no matter where they are or what they do to create more leaders in the world. I want to welcome you back to my Words of Wisdom series. I don't remember what episode we're on. I think we're on episode number 33. By now, we're going to call this episode... It's going to be all about how to motivate yourself. It's very important that you learn how to motivate yourself. And this is a good topic because me personally, there's things in my life that I don't like to do and I actually hate to do. Like one of the things that I actually hate to do more than anything else, like I hate working out. Like I hate doing it. I mean, once I start doing it, it feels good. When I'm done doing it, you know, it feels phenomenal. I'm very happy, you know, that I did it and I got it over with. Even though there's so many tremendous, you know, benefits to working out, like I still hate to do it. So, like, how do I get myself to do things that I know I need to do in order to help me get from where I am to where I want to go? Well, there's a few things that I do, but it's not really a complicated process. It's really a very small handful of things that I think that it takes for you to really motivate yourself to do certain things. So like the first thing that I would say, and we'll get this like the smallest, like it's the smallest thing, we'll just get this out of the way first, is you got to understand like where you are right now. So you got to look at where you are, right? And then you got to look at these goals that you set for yourself. You got to look at, you know, this vision of where you want to be one day, or whatever goal it is that you want to achieve. And you got to, like, it's really psychological. Like, you got to really like think about it. Like, if there's certain things that I need to do to get from point A to point B, if I don't, you got to look at those things and like, you got to understand, like, if you don't do those things, you're never going to get there. So you got to like remember that in the back of your head. But I think a lot of us do that, and I really don't think that's like really motivates, you know, most people to get where they want to go and actually do the things they need to do to get there. Like, for me, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. That's something that I've used really early on in my life, you know, to get me to do things. I've always looked at it, you know, in just that one way. You know, like, all right, well, if I want this, this is something that I'm going to have to do. This is something I'm going to have to do. And this is something I'm going to have to do, like, all the time. And like, if in order for me to get there, like, I have to do these things. And if I don't do these things, well, guess what? I will never have that thing. That has worked for me. And it still works for me today. But what I found, like, sharing that with other people, it doesn't really, I haven't really like shared that strategy with anybody and like them really like be able to get motivated enough to actually put that step into action. So there's some other things that I have done and that I have learned that really, really work. And you want to talk about getting yourself motivated, these things that I'm about to share with you are definitely going to help you get there. So, you know, pay very close attention to what I'm talking about. So you got to look at, I say, look at where you are, look at where you want to go, identify the things that you have to do, and then I'm sure there's going to be some things that, you know, you're going to have no problem doing, and there's going to be some things that you actually hate to do. So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on the pain of not taking action on that task. And I really want you to like, it is probably really good if you like grab like a piece of paper or a notebook and like wrote these things down. I want you to think of all of the pain, like all of the negative consequences that will take place if you don't take action on that thing that you need to do right now. Like, I want you to just focus your mind. I want you to really focus on it. I want you to think about it. I want you to feel it. I want you to think of every negative thing that is going to happen to you right now if you don't take action on it. I want you to like really like associate some pain to not taking action. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's supposed to hurt. It's not gonna feel good. It's gonna be very uncomfortable, but that's what we want. You know, that's how we start to brew, you know, that motivation inside of your gut. Now, another thing that I want you to do is that I want you to then flip it. I want you to flip it. I want you to focus on all of the positives. I want you to focus on all the pleasures, all of the great things that are going to happen if you take action on it. You know, like how you're going to feel so much better. You know, we're not being specific here, but let's use me not liking to work out, a motivation. We'll use that as my motivation. We'll use that as an example, and we'll quickly talk about how I motivate myself to work out, especially when I really don't feel like working out. I mean, I don't mind working out. I obviously do hate working out. I don't mind it so much, but some days I just do not want to do it. And one of the keys to success, which is a little bonus tip that I'm throwing into this video, is if you really want to make a major change in your life, is do something when you really don't feel like doing it. If you can do that and continuously work on that and exercise that muscle, exercise that action, you're going to really make some major shifts in your life. And at the same time, it's going to help with this whole motivation type thing. So let's look at working out. Like, what's all the pain of me not working out every day? Well, my body's not going to look as good as I want it to be. It's not going to be like I really want it to be. I'm going to feel tired. I'm going to not have high energy. I'm not going to be able to keep up, you know, with my son. I'm not going to be able to keep up and outrun people that are younger than me. You know, you just focus on all of all that pain. You know, like, I'm going to feel bad for not doing something that I said I was going to do. I'm going to feel bad for not following through on a commitment that I made. You know, examples like that. Now, let's flip it. What's the positives of doing that? Well, if I do something that I really don't feel like doing, I'm going to feel phenomenal about myself because I broke through an obstacle that I did not think I could break through. Another positive is my energy level is going to go through the roof. My body is going to feel phenomenal. Like, when I'm out on the basketball court, I'm going to be able to keep up and outrun people that are younger than me. You know, a lot of things like that. You know, you want to use the stick, you know, to force yourself to take action, but at the same time, you want to also use the carrot, you know, something to actually run towards. That's how you take massive action. That's how you really motivate yourself to do things that you don't want to do. It's all about conditioning. You got to condition yourself. So you got to do this for like anything that you don't really feel like doing. And if you do that, I promise you, you will take action. Now, if you do that process and you still are not motivated and you're still not taking action, guess what? You're not associating enough pain to not taking action on that task. And you're not giving yourself enough pleasure to really make you want to go after that thing that you want. That's the key. Simple as that. You do that, you will motivate yourself. Do that, but then also mix that with what I said at the beginning of the video of thinking about where you want to go, what do you want to achieve, and that there are certain tasks that have to be done in order for you to get there. It's non-negotiable. There's no way around it. So you have to do this. And you have to do this now, or that's never going to happen. Another thing, I throw in another extra little bonus, because I've talked about it a little bit. You know, it's like, you know, like really like utilize this whole process of incantations, like in speaking your life into existence. You know, like talk yourself into doing things. Talk about, you know what, this task I hate to do, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, I got this. Another thing you could do that you can say is, like, if it's a task you really hate to do, you can start to like tell yourself and program yourself that, you know what, I love doing this, I love doing this, I love doing this, I love doing that specific thing that you hate doing. And just, you know, utilizing all of those techniques together, I promise you, if you do it properly, if you do it the way that I explained in this video, you will be motivated to do the things that you don't really want to do. You will be motivated. So I hope you take action on that. I hope that added value to your life, and I hope that really helps you, you know, advance your life closer to the life that you're really looking to live. So one thing I like to tell you, like I always do before I end the video, is just please do me a favor. Like, share, comment this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you go over to leaderswhoshine.com. I got some really cool stuff over there waiting for you. And looking forward to shooting the next video. If you got any questions or anything, just let me know and we'll go from there. Hey, my name is Rob Moore, reminding you to show up, step out, and shine. Now is your time, so make it shine. Thank you very much and have a fantastic day. I will see you on the next video. Later.